right, so many billionaires and gazillionaires, so little time. John Paul DeJoria on with us right now. Not a big Donald Trump fan, but your issue with him, John Paul, I think is more his demeanor and the kind of stuff he says, if I remember correctly, right?
And I love you guys out there, but that is completely correct. In fact, I just came back from a trip to Europe, and several of my business associates over there said, we can hardly believe that this guy, Donald Trump, who just has the wrong attitude and is trying to cut down everybody immediately, can be president of your country. He's that far ahead. So people ask me, why is he that far ahead? Because we think a lot of people don't like him. I said, well, regardless of whether people don't like him or not, that he's bringing up some subjects that people would love other politicians to bring up. And they're saying, hey, you know, business as usual hasn't been good for us for many decades now. And maybe there's something new here, whether we like this guy or not. He is bringing up some things that, you know, we should be addressing.
You know, I do think there is a common link between Donald Trump's appeal and Bernie Sanders' appeal. And in the case of both, it's a passion to just address an anger that's out there. It's a palpable anger. It's out there on the left. It's out there on the right. Now, many people can look at Bernie Sanders, but the fact of the matter is he's been consistent, very, very consistent. Donald Trump, I don't know. You know?
Yeah, no, you know, but and on Bernie, it's interesting. Bernie seems to be a really nice guy. People like him. And he has no problem, in a nice way, challenging his own party and what they've done. Now, could we afford to do what he wants to do? Probably not. So, Bernie, you got to go with an economist, buddy, unless you tax us to death.
Then flip it over to Donald Trump. If he's saying that, look, yeah, I've had some liberal positions. I've evolved. We all evolved. Ronald Reagan started as a Democrat, became a Republican. Shut up. That's kind of his view. Now, if he says, I'll get stuff done, I'll get stuff out of our national inbox, vote for me because we want stuff done. What's wrong with that?
Well, nothing wrong with that. If the man would only say, hey, I want to do all these things. There's too much government, too many regulations. Let's realistically get rid of some of them so everybody benefits. Get rid of some of them here. Let's all benefit. And now we won't have to skyrocket your taxes. And it's really for all the American peoples, not a separation like this last administration appeared to be doing, separate, you know, the different economic groups, which isn't America. That's not America. Everyone has that opportunity to do well.
I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up Cam Newton with you and his behavior after the Super Bowl. What do you think, John Paul?
I think the fact that they made it to the Super Bowl makes them super champions. And the fact that he made it there, he should be just happy as can be. Yes, it's unfortunate they lost, but they lost against one of the greatest teams.
Absolutely.
They could have won, and the other team could have lost, you know. So I think his attitude should have been, wow, look how far we got. That's success. Success is not how much money you have, where you are today, but how far did you go to get there?
So you think he overdid it? You think he overdid it? You think he should have just been more restrained?
I definitely think he should have been more restrained and just been so happy for him and his team. Because as a black guy, when you just go overboard a bit, where for his team, hey, we made it with great joy. Other teams have done that. Look what we did. We made it to the Super Bowl. Yes, we lost, but you want to win.
And, you want to win, John Paul. So I can understand his frustration, but you think he acted like a prima donna baby.
Yeah, exactly. You have to withhold a little bit and think of your whole team. How do you make your team look good? You lost, but you win because you got there. Yeah, that's all. A little prima donna there. You
would you ever have Cam? Would you ever have Cam? You have a gazillion products, you know, some outstanding liquor, hair products. Would you ever have him come within a mile of your products to endorse them?
Well, we don't really go for celebrity endorsements with our product. We've been very, very fortunate with the celebrities.
That's a polite way of saying no way in hell you'd ever use Cam, right?
I think it's a polite way of saying we don't look at very celebrities, you know. All due respect to the man, he did really, really good, and I wish him well in his career. He deserves it. He's a good quarterback.
Okay. All right. You heard it from the billionaire himself. Cam Newton was a big old baby. No, he didn't say. All right. Thanks, buddy, very, very much.